All right, welcome. I hope you have your sketchbook ready. Grab a pencil and just something to draw on. If you're going to use watercolor, you're going to want to make sure to use a thicker paper, like a mixed media type paper or else actual watercolor paper. So usually with animals, I like to start with the head. And I just am looking for kind of the angles and basic shapes that I see. And as you can see, my little snout area is not perfect. So please don't worry about being perfect. That is not why we're here. We really are here to have fun and to have our own little space, in our sketchbook where we're taking time for ourselves. So with the eye, I did leave a little square. You can leave a square or circle. I'm going to leave white, and that's going to be my highlight for my eye. So that's something to keep in mind. However, there are other ways to give, to have highlights if you accidentally color the whole thing black. So if you have like a Posca marker that's white, you could always dab that on at the end if you need a white highlight. That's another one of my favorite things to do. So I don't have to worry about keeping an area white for a highlight. We're all about low stress and just relaxing here. So I drew the little hands, not perfect, but they're, hand or paw like, so that's good enough for me. Just so you know, I did speed up this video, so it's 1.5 times the speed that I drew at. So if you're like, wow, she really drew quickly, that's what's going on. So feel free to slow this down if you need to. You can go into the settings and slow it down if that's ever helpful, or pause, of course, anytime you want to. So I'm just kind of refining my drawing a little bit, and just checking, comparing to see if I want to make any changes or if things look, pretty much the way I want them. Then I decided to go ahead and add in just some short little dash marks in the direction of the fur, just to kind of show where the fur is. So you can do that or not. And then in just a moment, I will start with the watercolor. So just relaxing. We're just, observing what is there and just kind of sketching it out. So I use koi watercolors pretty often. It's just a small little pocket set. And I think it was probably 15 or 30 bucks. So not super expensive, but also not the cheapest. So first I'm going in with just just water. I just want it a little bit shiny, but not puddling up or pooling. So just getting the whole mouse wet except for the eye. I did not get the eye wet because when I paint in the black, I don't want it to run. So then I got like a brown and yellow ochre. If you have just kind of classic brown, you could do brown and mix in a little bit of yellow or orange, see what that looks like. See if you like that color. You could also go with like more of a gray, so just a very watered down black. And then I just tried to kind of spread a little bit of pigment around. Then I added in a little bit of more of a reddish type color, like a burnt sienna. And it was honestly more than I kind of anticipated. So I dabbed a little bit off. So that's kind of a nice thing to know about watercolor. If you get more on than you want or a different color, sometimes you can use, paper towel and dab some off. And then if you want to add in more color, you can go in again over top of what you have painted. So you can see here with the eye, I'm just painting in the black of the eye. Again, the eye was dry, so that watercolor didn't spread. So I was able to keep the black just where I wanted it. And I love doing that with the eyes. It just kind of makes it pop. So I hope you have enjoyed this, little break for yourself. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. And of course, subscribe if you would like. If you're watching this here on YouTube. And, also go to HappymakeryArt.com if you want some other little, a PDF download. I have a free download with different sketching ideas. And then, of course, on this channel, I have more sketching ideas too. So I hope that you enjoy and have a great rest of your day. Thanks for taking time for yourself.